I truly feel blessed that I'm here to um, be able to celebrate with my fellow classmates on this. It's a big thing. I think it's a great milestone, and we want as many of our classmates to come and visit with us and reminisce with us on that special day. I know we worked hard for it, so.
Yeah, I actually was sitting with Cecily Scott, and we were in her garage just kind of chilling, and we talked about starting up a group to do the 50th high school reunion. And so that maturated itself into let's go do it. So, set up everything, started contacting folks, and bingo, here we are on September 27th through the 29th. We will have a reunion of sorts for the graduates in the class of 1974 from Sam Houston High School. We're looking for a great time.
Because of the personality I have now, a lot of people don't know it, but I'm a very sentimental person. I love Sam Houston. Every time I come home, I gotta drive down East Houston Street. I gotta see my school. 4 years, I never had a problem. Never had a problem. And when I was in the Air Force, I used to come back and I would mentor at Sam Houston. I would tell the young guys, I said, look, where you start means nothing. It's where you end. Right. I said, and make sure you stay focused, man. Stay out of trouble. Do the right thing. You can do it. I said, if I can do it, little kid growing up in the Rigsby Apartments, you can do it too. I said, so Sam it was fun. It was fun. All 4 years, it was fun.
What we have done is most of the members of the class of 1974 have been invited. And what we also allowed, because we were getting such a large turnout of people wanting to attend, is that we opened it up so that other class members or alumni from Sam Houston High School could attend if they simply paid the registration fee, and they could enjoy the same entertainment that we will be enjoying. The first day, Friday, we have a meet and greet, and second night is the gala event, which is at the Hilton Garden Inn, and then of course Sunday we're having a picnic. I want to say it's in
It's at Quail Ridge.
China Grove area, right? Quail Ridge. Thank you, Gary. Initially, the goal is to cover all the entertainment piece of it, and the fact of that we're getting together. We're undecided relative to any funds that we have left over, but the idea is to perpetuate that work and give it to students at Sam Houston High School. That would be the ideal path that we would go, and as the planning committee chairperson, that will be what I'm highly recommending that we do with any excess funds associated with it. It's $125 for 3 days that you can attend, and we're going to be selling those tickets until September 23rd. September 23rd is the last day.
There will be a panoramic photo
Yes.
taken on the day of the banquet, dinner, and dance, and they will be sold there. Believe probably later mailed, I'm not sure, right. Probably mailed to everyone who orders one. Of course, we are big about security too, so we're going to have security there for the mixer and for the dinner and dance, so no worries.
One of an instructor, I think it was the drama instructor, was going to speak, Mr. Roberson.
Oh, okay.
Right, I think we'll have him speak. No doubt, since we have the first black astronaut who walked in space, our classmate, Dr. Bernard Harris, we're going to have some words from him. And those are the keynote is the teacher, of course, to sort of help us reminisce back when we were all students there. But I'm sure we're going to have Dr. Harris speak as well.
The funny thing about Bernard is when I was in the Air Force and I was stationed at Brooks Air Force Base, they had like a museum out there, prop-driven plane and everything. And I heard someone say, Bernard Harris is going to be there. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's my dude. So I went over there and I saw him from the distance talking to some people. And I'm like, he ain't gonna remember me. I said, how you doing, Bernard? He said, Gary. I said, my day's
Isn't that
made.
great?
Wow.
Wow.
My day's made. And we just sit
That's
there
pretty
talking about
awesome.
over all old times, and he was telling me this, that, and the other, and everything. And I'm a big space buff. I love space, and I said, man, you're special. I said, you made a special school even more special. And he said, thank you.
Well, you know, I don't consider myself a great person, but perhaps I am. I don't think there's anybody else in San Antonio who has more patents and inventions as I do. And if you Google my name, you'll certainly see it. So, and I most of that engineering and the thought process and the creative component was right there from Sam Houston when I was in school there, taking physics and classes that actually helped perpetuate that. So, for sure, yeah, Sam Houston, great school. Well, the interesting component of it is that we worked on computer programs that actually worked on a mainframe. This is when we didn't have desktops like we have now. So that total interest definitely was sparked in Sam Houston High School for me.
You know, that's funny. I remember, I think it was in the library, we would go there and we would, you know, take the phone and we'd dial over. I think it was over at Trinity. Then you put the phone in that little socket and then you could use the computer. I'm like, man, that was so old-fashioned, but I remember that.
I remember that a little bit. I don't remember that as much. I don't remember doing computers at Sam Houston. I don't even remember maybe taking a computer class.
I had a science teacher over there, I remember, and I was really up on my GPA. I'm trying to keep my GPA right because, to be honest with you, I wanted to go to Stanford. And I'm like, okay. So I went and took a test, and after the test, I said, how did I do on the test? He said, you passed. I'm like, okay, which question did I miss? I said, because I want to study for the final. He said, study all of them. I'm like, oh
Was that
my.
Mr. Pabst? Did you remember Mr. Pabst? He would tell you something like that.
Yeah, it was this guy. He had this funny beard. I don't know. I can't remember. It was something about the guy. I'm like, this guy's gonna be difficult. Yeah, but he was like, yeah, study them all. I was like, okay, I'm good with that. So I studied them all. I passed. I always pass. I always pass. I never failed a test in my life. I did take a trig class. Was it trig or elementary analysis? I think it was elementary analysis. That was a challenge.
Yeah, I wasn't a math brain. My biggest, I think my favorite classes, I believe, that I remember were, of course, English and, of course, journalism. Mrs. Mahan was there for many, 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 many years. So those are the things I remember the most, and those were my strong points, were English and journalism and film, TV.
Right. That's why you did such a great job on those yearbooks. Oh. I mean, we have yearbooks that you would want to keep on your coffee table so that somebody could come into the home. Oh, we've actually had them from the 10-year, every decade. We do a reunion. The 10-year, 20-year, 30-year. I think did we miss this? The 40-year maybe is the only one that we missed. That which might have been that might have been the 40th. There was a cruise. There was.
I got lucky on the 10-year one. I was here for technical training class, and it was almost time for me to go back. And my mom says, "Are you going to your class reunion?" I'm like, "What class reunion?" I said, "I haven't heard anything about it." She says, "It's been on TV. You don't watch TV?" I'm like, "Yeah, I watch TV." I said, I didn't hear anything about it. She said, "Because you need to go because it's tomorrow." So I got myself together, and it was at the Wood Lake Golf Club.
Yes.
And I went there, and I was like, man, this was fantastic. I almost missed this. But the way the Air Force did me really frustrated me. I moved every 3 to 4 years. I had friends that stayed at Brooks Air Force Base 10 years. They moved me every 3 to 4 years because I kind of developed a reputation. I was a fixer. If there was something going wrong, people would say, get that guy. Bring him up here.
He could fix it.
Yeah, he'll fix it.
Gary
And I'm
Green,
like,
right?
I said, I don't want to go to some of those places they're bringing me. Like I had orders, I was supposed to come back to San Antonio, and it's like, no, we're going to send you to Edwards Air Force Base. I said, where's that? My friend, he was laughing. He says, do you like sand? I said, is it a beach out there? He laughed. He said, there's a beach in the state, but not out there. It was in the Mojave Desert area.
One other thing I wanted to add, the camaraderie among the classes at Sam Houston High School, is that when I was actually stationed in Hawaii in the Air Force, Gary Green, who was a class ahead of us, played in the Pro Bowl. So I got a chance to go to the Pro Bowl, hang out with Gary for a while. Then the Harlem Globetrotters came, and Ovi Dotson, who was the class behind me, came, hung out with the Trotters for a while. So it's been, even though we were 74, we had a relationship, the kinds of relationships that you were able to build with the students who attended, like Diane and Gary, over the years, has sustained itself. And that's the beauty of that environment that they had at Sam Houston. During a turbulent time in life, actually, for people to work together, for barriers to be dropped, for this whole idea around integration. I think we are a prime example of that kind of behavior that really works, that inclusiveness.
Well, when he said that, we still stay together, even if it's been 10 years, 20 years, I do have a group of girlfriends I used to be friends with, and Cherokettes, and just regular friends. And we still, to this day, a lot of them are far away. Some are not. A majority of them are here in San Antonio. And they do get together, and they'll text me, and they'll say, we're getting together. Gabe Pittman's coming, and we're going to get together for lunch, and we'll make a weekend of it. Or, it may be monthly. It may be every 3 weeks. And so whoever is able to attend, attends. And it's nice to be able to get together and see them and see what's happening with their lives, how their families have grown. I recently haven't been able to meet with them, mainly because I've been busy babysitting here. But it's been great how you still remain with that same camaraderie that you did 50 years ago. So.
And the beauty of that is the girlfriends she's talking about are people that I went to school with, that we went to school with from 2nd grade all the way to 12th grade. I could call the whole name: Gail, Ethel, Karen, Wanda, Kay, Linda Cal. I just could go down. Right, I could just go down.
Kay Bognite, I remember her.
Yeah, it was Kay Bognite.
Over at PF, I think she was at PF Stewart with me. I'm not sure.
So that whole camaraderie we still have.
And being at Sam, the relationship I had with a lot of people there, when I finally got out of the Air Force, I took a job as a special ed teacher, and I went over in the Church-Cipolo district. And I noticed, I said, well, the racial climate is not exactly what I expected. People were kind of separate. So there was a girl going around, and she says, hey, I'm trying to get somebody that wants to be a sponsor for a multicultural club. She said, do you know anybody that would be interested in doing it? I said, am I the invisible man here? She said, but you're a little older. I said, so? So I put together a multicultural club up there, and it was probably the most well-known multicultural club in South Texas. We had a step team and a hip-hop team. If you could go to Pennsylvania and ask, who's got the best step team in South Texas? They say the Imani Multicultural Club at Samuel Clemens High School. And you could go to California or New Mexico and say, who's got the best? They said, Gary Allen's got it. And I've got video. Matter of fact, if you look on YouTube, there's a video that I had made called Samuel Clemens Pride. You'll get a laugh out of it. It's a rap song. I wrote the rap song, and a friend of mine put the video together. And that's what I'm trying to do at Sam Houston, if they will ever get me off of hold. When I call, no, Mister, your buddy won't answer the phone.
We'll work on that, Gary. We'll work on that.
Well, I think it's real important for us to come meet and see each other, see what's happened in our lives. We won't, who knows if we'll be here. Like I said, sadly, we're not going to have a lot of our classmates here that are no longer with us anymore. So let's make the best of the opportunity, to come out and see each other, reminisce, socialize, get reacquainted, and let's just have some fun. Sometimes life brings a lot of, difficulties and stuff. Let's have some fun, and I think it would be nice to be able to do that with our fellow classmates.
God blesses you for doing the right thing. And the right thing has allowed us to see a 50th class reunion. So in that vein, it's imperative that we do the best that we could do for our fellow classmates. Gives us a networking opportunity, and the more that we could do for others will also help us.
Yeah, I tell you, when I heard you guys were putting this together, I had a buddy of mine that I ran hurdles with. And I was really looking forward to seeing him. And, I did a little research. I was like, I'm reaching out to this guy and not getting any feedback. And I found out that he passed away. Claude Wright?
Yes.
Man, that got me. That hit me pretty hard. We used to live like a few blocks from each other. I'm like, man, we ran hurdles together 4 years, and I said, and I just couldn't catch up with him.
Captain in the Air Force.
Oh, he was?
Yes.
I didn't. Oh my God, I never knew that.
Yes.
I probably may have been on the same base with him.
No doubt.
I just didn't know.
UT alum.
Yeah. That was. That really hit me very hard. So I think when having this, we need to enjoy the moment.
Yeah. Reconnect.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Gregory Beverly.
He'll be there.
We went to school. We were in the 7th grade together.
He's registered.
Yeah. He's registered because I called him up. I called him up. I said, yo, Greg, you coming? He said, coming to what? I said, you coming to the reunion? He said, okay. I think I'll get it. Give me more information. He called in one of the meetings. Hey, what do I need to do? So he came. Gregory's a good guy.
I want to say there was 300. 3 to 350 was, I remember.
I think it was
More?
Yeah,
You think it was
around
4?
400.
Yeah, I think it was 400.
Wow.
430, 463, something like that.
Wow.
And the reason I kind of vaguely remember is because you used to have to write that on the college application. Where were you within the total number of people that graduated? So I'm thinking 400, 460, something like that.
Yeah, now
That's a lot.
Sam has 844 students in the whole
Total
school.
in the whole school, across all classes. Right. 9th to 12th. Shout out to Janet Peters. And the other person I would think about,
Valedictorian and salutatorian?
I'm not sure who the salutatorian was, but the other guy that was because she was a female, of course. The guy who I thought had a very high GPA was the guy named Michael Daly. Michael Daly, and he ended up going to Princeton and.
But
he wasn't in our class.
Victor Mata was a year behind us.
Yeah. I don't know if Michael might have been the second salutatorian, but I know Janet Peters was number 1. Oh, it could have been one of the Navas. She comes to the, Irene, Sylvia, Irene was in our class. It could have been Irene Nava. She may have been number 2, but because she went to Princeton as well.
Let me tell you something that I'll always remember about Victor Motley. Okay, I lived in Rigsby Apartments. Victor lived in the Rigsby Apartments. He had the nicest afro I ever seen on a Hispanic guy. It was huge, boy. I said, tell you, that's a brother from another mother right there. Yeah, you look at the yearbook, it's about this big. I was like, you go, bruh. It was humongous. He kept it looking good, though. The mixer is going to be at Meadow Lawn Reception Center.
There you go.
On the 27th
27.
27th of September. I believe it begins at about 6 o'clock.
Right.
One thing that we wanted to make sure that we were very clear about is no money will be taken at the door for admission. If you want to come, you need to have purchased your ticket for the banquet.
At least by the 23rd of September.
Right, because they're not going to be taking it. And we're going to have lots of games. We're going to be playing dominoes, spades, going to give out trophies for the winner for dominoes and spades. Karaoke.
Yeah.
For female. And we're going to have a dance contest, which I will not be involved in.
And a DJ.
Yeah, unless y'all want to take me to the emergency room for hip surgery, I'm out of that. I'll be like, I'll move a little bit to the side, but that's about all you can get me. I ain't taking no chances.
27th, 28th, and 29th. On the 27th,
28th
of course,
is the
mixer.
banquet.
The big day is the 28th,
Eight.
which is the banquet. And the 29th will be
Picnic
a
and
picnic. There'll be a
church service at Holy Redeemer Catholic Church on Nevada Street.
Nevada Street at 9 o'clock.
Yes, with respect to the 50th class reunion, if you have any questions at all, please call area code 210-962-1340. That's 962-1340, area code 210 for any details concerning Sam Houston Class 74 reunion, 50th reunion activities. It's one ticket gets you into everything. At $125, one ticket will get you into all the events, right? Right. And you must have purchased that before September 23rd.